All right, guys, it is getting to be that time of year the bucks are starting to drop their antlers, and a lot of guys, including myself, like to go out and shed hunt. You'll walk miles and miles and miles, and sometimes you'll find some sheds, sometimes you won't find any sheds. We like to do this. I mean, on top of going out and looking for sheds, we'd like to kind of set one of these up each year. I'll show you what we're working with here. It's totally free to do. It's not going to harm the deer. It actually benefits the deer because they're getting some free food out of it. But I'll show you guys what the setup looks like, how we do it. There's a lot of right and wrong ways to do shed antler traps. A lot of guys disagree with them in general, but I'll show you what we do. It's not going to harm the deer at all, and this is what it looks like. So really the most important thing to really increase your odds is you just want to find an area where you know there's bucks hanging out in late season when they're going to be dropping their antlers. Next thing we look for, any sort of down tree, down log, anything thick enough. There's actually two here. Looks like somebody hinge cut at one point in time, just left them lay over here, but they're roughly 1 foot to 2 foot off the ground. You can see there's some space underneath there, but that's all you're looking for. It's just something for the bucks to come underneath here when they come under here to eat the feed that you put out. Just something that, you know, as they raise up, there's a chance they knock their antlers off on one of these. It doesn't take much. I mean, if you catch them at the right time of year, they bump them on just anything and they can just pop right off. I'll show you guys what it looks like once we get it set up here, but really what we're going to do is we're going to take that feed, dump it the length of this branch straight underneath it. And like I said, as the bucks are underneath here feeding, raise their head up, pop their antlers off ideally, and then they're just going to lay here. I mean, you got a chance to find match sets this way, multiple sets. We could come back here in a week once all the feed's gone, and there's a chance there's multiple antlers laying underneath these branches. We've had success with it in the past, so we're going to get this set up. I'll show you what it looks like, and then hopefully we have some results for you guys. All right, guys, here is the final setup. You can see it just runs the length of underneath the log. This is what it looks like from straight above the log. So, I mean, you can tell it's directly underneath it. They've got to stick their head under these logs to get to this feed. What we're using is just kind of like they call it like a game mix from our feed mill, but it's got a little bit of everything in there. You can kind of see some of the components, but the deer seem to really love it. It smells pretty strongly like molasses, actually, but the area we're in here is just nothing. There's no houses, there's nothing. I mean, this is just a mountain that goes the whole way up. On the back side of it, there's a few miles until the next house or even road. So the deer should find it pretty quickly. The difference between doing a shed trap like this, using natural materials compared to some guys using like chicken wire or fencing, the deer cannot get stuck in this. They cannot harm themselves. If a buck sticks his head under there and his antlers hit on these branches, if his antlers aren't ready to pop off yet, he's just going to twist his head out of there and he's fine. A lot of guys use like chicken wire or fencing, and the deer can actually get tangled up in that, and they can actually, I've seen cases where they actually get tangled up enough where they die there. They can't get out and they die. So that will never happen with something like this. It's totally safe, cannot harm the deer at all. And we do have a cell camera on this tree here, so we'll see what that gets. Hopefully we get some good footage, and hopefully when we come back we've got some bucks antlers laying on the ground here. All right, guys, so the last thing you saw as I set up that shed trap, and I put a cell camera over it. Walking back out through the woods now to go check that, and the cell camera's been dead for weeks. I'll pop up a couple clips. I probably already popped them up. We had squirrels in there every day, all day, and they killed the batteries on that cell camera super quick. So no deer, no bucks to show from that, but kind of makes it better because this is exciting to go check because I don't know if there's any sheds there or not. So I'm going to flip the camera around here. Okay, got the camera flipped, and we're just gonna walk up here and check it out. We've had good luck with this in years past, so kind of have high hopes. This is towards the end of January now. I know not all the bucks have even dropped their antlers yet, so if we don't have anything here, we'll probably reset it up and come back and check, but I'll be darned. I think I see an antler. Sticks out like a sore thumb. Looks like it's been there for a while. It's covered up with some leaves and stuff, but you can see the deer have this entire area tore up. I'll pick up the shed here in a minute and show you guys. It looks like a decent one, but you can see this end of the log is a high log. There's a lot of space in between here and here. gets a little tighter down here, and that seems to be where he lost it. He probably cleaned up this end first, got down to this end, and like I said, the deer's not getting stuck there. He's just kind of gonna bump his antlers, and they might pop off. But let's see what we got. Looks super white on that side. Oh, there we go. Okay, get it flipped around here. It was there for a while. You can see the tines are a little browned up from sitting down in there, but not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. But very cool. This does work. I mean, try it in your neck of the woods. Like I said, I would not use any fencing, metal, chicken wire, and anything like that. Yeah, he's been there for a little bit. I probably set this camera out, I bet you it's been a month and a half, 6 weeks or so. So he may have lost it right after the camera actually died, but that's what we're dealing with, guys. So try this in your neck of the woods and let me know if you have any good results. Thanks for watching.